As you've seen by the title of this video, this is for the men out there that are just struggling. It doesn't matter whether you're struggling with your relationship or your dating experiences. Doesn't matter whether you're struggling as a dad. Doesn't matter whether you're struggling as an employee or unemployed, as a boss, as an entrepreneur, as an investor, as a retired guy. Doesn't matter whether you're struggling with getting into shape, whether you're trying to build muscle, whether you're trying to strip fat, increase your fitness, increase your energy, get over an illness or a disease. It doesn't matter what you're struggling with. This is just for guys who are struggling, full stop, because the way out of one struggle is pretty much the same as the principles are exactly the same for getting out of any struggle. Now, I know when I've been going through struggling times, whether it's with no money, whether it's struggling with my dating, struggling with my relationship, struggling with my parenting, struggling with my business, struggling with work, struggling with clients, struggling with when I was working for other people, struggling in a job, regardless of what the struggle looked like on the surface, regardless of what form my struggle took, pretty much all of it came off the back of me and the way I was being and the way I was doing what I was doing. And that might be hard for some of you to take, that your struggle is your doing and it's because of the way that you were being or have been or are being right now. That might be hard for some of you to take, but here's the thing. I'm not here to get likes. I'm not here to get the hearts. I'm not here to get the shares. I'm not here to get friends and followers. I'm here to do a job. I'm here to get guys to live their very best life as the very best version of themselves, having the very best experiences that they desire to have specific to them. Everyone's got their own idea of what that looks like for them, what the best life looks like for them. Everybody's got their, and if you haven't got an idea of what your best life looks like, start writing it down now, what the best life would look like, regardless of your situation and circumstances or your beliefs about yourself. One of the best things you can do is start getting clear on what it is that you want your life to look like. Jordan Peterson talks about this a lot. It's better to have some idea than no idea, some plan than no plan. It's important to take some action than no action. And that's what I want to talk about in this video today, a little bit about the action to take, but more importantly than the action and the doing is the way you are being, the way you are approaching what you're doing, how you are being in each moment. Because here's the thing, here's the truth of it all. However you are being in your state, you're gonna attract more situations, circumstances, experiences, people that match that state, that match that energy. Tony Robbins talks about this a lot, about your state, about your energy, about the way you are being. And that was the game changer for me. Because I was brought up under the notion of work hard, hustle, grind, have an energy of like frustration and anger and maybe jealousy and envy. That's what I saw growing up. That's what I saw. The people around me were envious and jealous and angry towards the haves, because I'm blessed. I grew up with love. Like, my parents loved the hell out of me and they did everything they could with what they had. And they still do, all the way through up until now, 34 years old. My parents, like, I'm truly, truly blessed. I know there are people out there that haven't had the privileged life that I have, right? White male growing up in Western world, like super privileged. Truly get that 100%. I get that. But still grew up on a council estate. Still grew up with very little in comparison to people who had a lot. Okay, don't get it twisted. I'm not talking about the only thing important in life is materialistic stuff and money. Not talking about that. But I grew up around a lot of people who had their energy were, again, this is no judgment, this was I lived this, I experienced this, it was my identity and my energy for the longest time, and I'm not blaming anybody for this whatsoever, not pointing fingers or judging anybody or shaming anybody for this at all, but it was just my experience of a frustrated energy, of an angry energy, of a competitive energy, and that's all I ever experienced. That's how I went through life, competing, angry, resentful, jealous, envious. That was the energy that I was coming from, and that was all I would ever experience. Even if I got what I wanted, even if I used that energy to get, whether it's the body, whether it's the girl, whether it's the money, whether it's the business, whether it was the freedom, whether it's the nice big house in the beautiful area with the red sports car on the drive, no matter what I got, because it came from this energy, and that was the way I was being, even when I got it, and that was the way I was being, even when I got it, I was still being that angry, envious. It was never enough. It was never enough. It was never enough. No matter the body, the girl, the material stuff, the money, it was never enough, because that's where I was coming from. An energy, a state, a way of being that it is never enough. Now, here's the thing. That can serve you to a point. That can drive you. That can fuel you. It fueled me. It took me from the council estate all the way up to the beautiful estate, beautiful area, nice big houses, very, very affluent area with sports car on the drive. It fueled me up to there, but that didn't last long. It wasn't long until I lost it all, because I was still coming from the place of I'm not enough, I don't have enough. So when I'm coming from that place, the universe is just going to give you more of that. It's just going to match that energy, even if you win sometimes, just like I did. I would win and I would lose. I'd win and I'd lose. I'd win and I would lose. I'd win and I would lose. And it wasn't until I discovered this fact, this law, this truth, that the world out there just matches what's going on in here, all of this. The world out there is just a mirror for what's going on in here. Now, I don't want to go through life never having enough. I want to go through life having more than enough. I don't want to live in lack and struggle and sacrifice. I want to live in abundance and joy and prosperity. And if that's not for you, then none of my videos are for you. And that's absolutely fine. There's no judgment on anyone with lack, with anyone with struggle, anyone suffering. There's no judgment on that whatsoever. If that's what you choose, that's entirely up to you. But it doesn't serve me, and it doesn't serve anybody around me, and it doesn't serve you, and it doesn't serve anybody around you for you to be living a life of struggle, sacrifice, lack, not enoughness. It doesn't serve anybody. So the faster you, I, everybody can get to the place of enoughness, wholeness, completeness, abundance, joy, prosperity, if we can get to that place and come from that place, everybody wins. And this is what I want for absolutely everybody. I am focusing more of my stuff on guys now, just so I resonate with them a lot more. My stuff definitely helps women, has helped women in the past, but I really want to double down focusing on the guys. So if you're a girl watching this, absolutely fine, fantastic, it'll help you too. But if you're a guy, I really want you to catch this, that the way you are being first will affect what goes on out there and affect ultimately what you experience from out there. It's not, oh, wait till I get there, then I can change my way of being and then I can be happy. It doesn't ever work like that. I promise you, please take it from me, because I thought that. I thought when I get the house, the car, the girl, the family, then I could be happy. And I got all that stuff, but I still wasn't happy. Why? Because I hadn't got myself in the right place first. I hadn't grounded myself in abundance and enoughness and completeness and wholeness, regardless of what's going on out there first. I hadn't done that. But what I've experienced since I am enough, in fact, I am more than enough. I always have more than enough. I live in a completely abundant universe, and my state is enoughness and completeness and wholeness and fullness and more than enoughness. The world out there now starts to represent that. It starts to show that back to me. It starts to give that back to me. And those have been my experiences since shifting from an outside-in way of living, where you put the outside first and then change in, to an inside-out way of living, where I sort myself out first, and then the world just responds. And by the way, I haven't absolutely mastered this. There are some days when I don't check myself, when I don't get myself into the high state, where I wake up and it's all of a sudden I've got to respond to the world. Whether it's I've got the kids and like they need me like straight away, or I've got something going on with the business, or family stuff, or like girlfriend might have messaged me about something, or something might have been going on in the world that I need to address straight away. I know that when I don't sort myself out and get myself grounded in the abundance and the enoughness, then I'll experience that bit of struggle through the day. And I'll experience that, got to try and get to the enoughness, because I know that if I don't get to that feeling of enoughness, it's going to be a struggle, it's going to be a battle, and I'm not going to experience what I want to experience. But I am deep enough down that rabbit hole to know that the minute I get time to just ground myself in this abundant state, this way of being, that I am enough and there is more than enough available to me and to everybody else, and there's no need for competition, just creation and experiences of joy and collaboration and networking and collaborating and building stuff with other people. When I get into that state, that way of being, the world rights itself, and that's my experience. I get more of what I want. So please catch this. If you are struggling, if you're suffering, if you're not where you want to be right now, the most important thing you can do is to stop searching out there, striving out there, hustling and grinding out there to hope that out there changes so that then you can feel better. Stop that right now and do whatever you can to raise your state, to raise your energy, to raise your vibration, to raise your mood, whatever you can. One of the best things to do is a gratitude list. Start writing down stuff that you're grateful for. Even if you can't think of anything to be grateful for right now, start thinking, right, there's people in the world that are blind. So I'm grateful for the fact that I actually have eyes to see. Imagine being blind, like what a different experience you'd be having. At least you can see. There's always someone worse off than you that you can compare yourself to. The problem with the world is, and I did this for the longest time, is we compare ourselves to people that are better than us. Very rarely do we compare ourselves to people who are not doing as good or have it as good as us. And that's a good thing for you to be able to do, is to go, well, actually, hang on a minute. There are people that haven't got legs. There are people that haven't got ears. There are people that haven't got the ability to speak. At least I've got those. Well, you might have, I don't know if you have or not, but at least I've got those. So I'm going to be grateful for that. You're grateful for the ability to watch something like this on technology, grateful for technology so you can learn, you can grow, you can develop, you can adapt, you can evolve, you can expand, you can create, and you can receive everything that you want to receive. Be grateful for that. Be grateful for the air, the sunshine. Find things that you can be grateful for. That will start to lift your mood. Then maybe chuck on some good music. Then maybe do some exercise. Hey, you don't need a gym for exercise. You can do it in your home, you can do it in your garden, you can do it in the street. Like, get the blood flowing. Get yourself in a high vibe, high state, high mood, high energy first, and then address, right, actually, I do want the girl. Actually, I do want the business. Actually, I do want the money. Because you might still want the same things, but you're coming from a place of, right, I'm going to fill myself up and I'm enough first. Then I'm going to go out and look at bringing those into my life. Because why wouldn't I want all of the great things that this world has to offer? There's more than enough for everybody to go around. Whatever you see somebody else having and enjoying, you can have that too, because we live in an abundant world. Just because someone else has got something doesn't mean you have to go without. And just because you might get something doesn't mean someone else has to go without. That was another big aha moment for me, is I get to have my version of what they've got. They've got the girl, I get to have my version of that girl. They've got the money, I get to have or the business, I get to have my version of that. They've got the body, I get to have my version of that. They've got the freedom, I get to have my version of that. They got that house, I get to have my version of that. They got that car, I get to have my version of that. They got that private jet, I get to have my version of that. More stuff will always be made. Demand will always meet supply. Always, 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 always. Sorry. Supply will always, always, always meet demand. Always. Always. Doesn't matter whether it's true or not. It's a belief that I hold, and it's a belief that serves me. So the best thing that you can do, the game-changing thing that you can do if you are struggling right now, is stop searching out there for the answers. Stop trying to, get rich quick, get ripped quick, get the girl quick. Stop. Come home to you. Get yourself in the high vibe, high state first. Sort yourself out. Come home to completeness, wholeness, enoughness. Like they say, I think it's in the Bible, seek first the kingdom of heaven. And the heaven, like, that's inside of you. I'm not religious at all, not preaching any of the Bible stuff, but it's true. Seek first the kingdom of heaven. That is inside of you. It's not out there. The kingdom of heaven is peace, is joy, is abundance, is feeling great. You have the ability to do that right now. Gratitude, music, exercise, breathing exercises, it all helps. It's all stuff that you can do. They're all tools that you can use. That's all I've got for you today. If you want to support the channel, you can do paypal.me/Coach Matt Smith. Come and follow me, join me on the socials. I'd love to connect with you. If you've got any questions, pop them in the comments. Thank you very much for watching. I'll speak to you soon.